The USL League One season forges onward into Week 4, and on this Friday evening, we are shipping up to Boston for a matchup between New England Revolution 2 and Orlando City B, proudly presented by United Healthcare. Good evening, everybody. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN Plus from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where we have two hungry teams on hand tonight looking to burst into the win column. On New England Revolution 2's side, they will rely on Mael Malongo, their man up front, to get them into that win column. He led the team in their opener against Omaha a couple of weeks ago with 3 shots on target, and this chance off the post doesn't count as a shot on target technically, but that was their best chance of the evening. They will rely on him to supply that pressure on the Orlando City back line. He was dangerous at all times, including this volley here late in the game against Omaha. But again, it's that Orlando back line that will try to keep him out. In their opener, they lost 2-0 to Tormenta, but their defense in the box was stellar. They rallied the troops and defended at all times. It took 2 tremendous shots from Neil Vinyals and Tormenta to break Austin Avisa and that back line. They rely on Mateo Rodas, the captain. You see him there. He'll break up this play in the box. He is their man at the back that is always there to clear. We will have this one coming right up for you on ESPN Plus. 2 teams looking to get 3 points in the early stages of this USL League One season. New England Revolution 2, Orlando City B, up next on ESPN Plus. Joe Malfa back here with you on ESPN Plus, presented by United Healthcare this evening at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Look who we have on hand. It's Bruce Arena, head coach of the New England Revolution's MLS side. Won the first ever MLS Cup with DC United in Foxborough in '96, and his pupil, protege, Clint Pie, head coach of New England Revolution 2, was on that team, and we caught up with him earlier in the week for his thoughts on his team's opener.
Some of the things we talked about going into the game, I think the guys did a great job of executing, especially defensively. And we were able to create some moments in the game where if we were just a little sharper, I think we translate those into some quality chances or goals.
Up that he hopes can supply those goals tonight. Again, a spotlight on Mael Malongo on the left wing. Orlando Sinclair up top as well. They were dangerous together. 2 new players from that opening roster. Isaac Anking and Damian Rivera join from the bench of the MLS side that was down in the bubble in Orlando. So another 2 guys to watch on this side that will be looking to get past Austin Avisa and Orlando City B this evening. Avisa earned himself Save of the Week honors for this past week in the USL. A really good performance from him. 7 saves against Tormenta in their inaugural game this season. Avisa, this was the save, the upcoming save is the one that earned him Save of the Week honors for an Orlando team that defended well in the box, gave a lot of opportunities from outside the box, but he only let a couple in as they were peppered. This is the lineup in front of him tonight. Mateo Rodas in the back line is the main guy they will look to rely on to keep shots away from Avisa. And up top, Julian Kennedy. They weren't very happy with how often they fed him in week 1, looking to get him the ball more tonight. Moises Tablante and Wilfredo Rivera playing underneath him are the guys who will get him the ball. The United Soccer League, all 47 championship and League One clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Please join us for a 15-second moment of silence as we are all united against racism. We are underway at Foxborough, Massachusetts. These teams in just each of their second games of the season. In this season with 11 teams in USL League One. We are going to have bye weeks essentially every week where someone will fall off the schedule just based on the odd number. Orlando fell off in the first week, so they had to wait longer than everybody else to make their debut. And then New England fell off the schedule in week 2, so they both come into this one with 1 matchup apiece under their belts. New England, it was a draw against Union Omaha. For Orlando, it was a loss against Tormenta. And Moises Tablante looking to counter right away for OCB. He has Kennedy with him, gets it up towards him, nice flick, but he's chased by Colin Verfurth. Captain of this New England 2 side was the man of the match in their first matchup of the season against Omaha. Tablante buzzing early on, another interception in a dangerous area. Isaac Anking sends it forward. Orlando Sinclair can't take it down. But it looks like he does win possession for New England. Correction, the call goes against Sinclair. Rodas gets it back into play. Callahan out wide to Monticelli. Only 2 changes in that initial roster for New England in terms of players coming down from the MLS side. OCB playing dangerously with it at the back, but O'Callahan able to settle. Malongo the interception in a dangerous area. Can't quite get it to Sinclair. Quintero looks to break. But he can't find Tablante as Rio Shimazaki goes to take the throw. He is the 3rd change for New England. Simon LeCrestner went down with a knee injury, and Shimazaki steps into that role at right back. Head coach Clint P.A. very confident that that is just a like-for-like transition. 2 guys who play different styles of right back, but confident in both nonetheless. LeCrestner more defensive-minded. Shimazaki more keen to go forward, as New England does now with Malongo. Into the box on his right foot, and he fizzes that one over the bar. 3 shots on target in their opener. Another shot that hit the post, and he gets tonight's first shot here on the NL replay. Did well to wait for that one and pick the moment for the volley, but just left it a bit too high. That ball tipped at the back by a pressuring Rivera. High press working very well early on for New England. Anking through to Malongo, but Avisa is confidently off his line. Nicholas Firmino can't get on the end of that. Firmino, Verfurth, Enking, and Rivera, the 4 players in this starting 11 today for New England that are signed to the MLS team. As Marcelo Nevelet marks out some early instructions to his OCB side, a very young side. The youngest in the starting lineup tonight is Thomas Williams, a right back, 15 years old. Tablante takes it down. Flag does go up on the far side from Amilcar Sikahu. Clint P.A. coaching in front of his mentor tonight, Bruce Arena, we saw earlier on the sideline. Clint P.A. played under him at the University of Virginia from 91 to 95. And Bruce Arena made the jump to the MLS once the league started in 96 at DC United, where PA played under Arena from 96 to 98. That relationship would continue on throughout the years, and when Bruce Arena was the head coach of the U.S. men's national team during the last World Cup cycle, Clint PA was one of the youth national team coaches in the program, and now finds his way up to Massachusetts to coach under him in this New England Revolution side. Great relationship between those two guys, always talking about who's showing out well in practice, who might be in line for some first team minutes or a trip to the first team bench. In this inaugural season for New England Revolution 2, they have the early makings of a very good system, feeding from the academy to the USL and up to the MLS. Shimazaki pushes forward. Can't get past his man. As Monticelli pressed forward, got it up to Tablante. In their first matchup of the season for Orlando, anytime they really had an attack going forward, it was Wilfredo Rivera or Moises Tablante on the prowl. First foul of the game goes against Maciel. He'll be roaming that defensive midfield for New England today and throughout the season. Clint PA put a spotlight on Maciel for us in our conversation. The team defensively and offensively starts with him. He is the pivot point at the back. Looked like Malongo might have sent that one off of O'Callahan, but call goes OCB's way. Quintero thought about lining up a shot there, it looked like, before Enking was able to get a foot in. Under pressure was Joe Rice, and he is going to turn this one over. 24-year-old came over from the Richmond Kickers as the backup last season, made 3 appearances, 2 starts in relief of Akira Fitzgerald. Monticelli looking for Kennedy, but John Bell comes across to clean it up. Near the corner flag, but not a corner. This will just be a throw for OCB. Quiet first 8 minutes so far. Just the one opportunity for Malongo on the volley, as Verfurth is able to head it clear. Malongo lost it, won it back, but Tablante is able to get it back in a dangerous area for Orlando. Towards the back post, but Rice and Rice alone is there to corral that one. Another look at the NL replay as Tablante turned defense into offense for OCB. Malongo the other way for New England in the box. Can't get his pass across, and we have our first corner kick of the match. Brought to you by JetBlue. Anking out for the corner. It'll be an in-swinger on that left foot. To the top, ball loose. Still loose, shot, again blocked by that back line of OCB. Saw that a lot this past week against Tormenta, and now they look to counter. On the right wing, Rivera. Has Tablante on the near side. Chips it towards him. Just barely able to keep it in. Monticelli sends in a surging ball. First touches of the match for Ryan Spalding. Long ball towards Malongo, and Avisa once again is there. They're trying to feed Malongo early and often, and after that showing against Omaha a couple of weeks ago, it should come as no surprise. Sinclair gave chase, Avisa launched, and it'll be Orlando's ball across midfield. Clint PA was very happy with the defensive effort from his New England Revolution 2 side in that first matchup. They liked how they played off of each other. Found the open man, covered. Didn't really allow any dangerous chances from the run of play. The only dangerous opportunities for Omaha came off set pieces, and even then, he never really felt too threatened in that one. Monticelli sends it towards the back post, and Rice once again there. Feeds Maciel. Looks to spring the attack. Damian Rivera could not handle it. As the big 15-year-old Thomas Williams ranges forward and lays it off for Nick O'Callahan. Orlando's MO is to play out of the back and build up. Could not really get into that rhythm against Tormenta, who also plays the same way. It was Tormenta who earned the majority of the possession in that one, 62-38. Spalding on Rivera in the corner. Rivera gets through for now. But Anking able to come away with it for New England. Whistle from Ernie Constantine. I believe he's got Malongo on the foul, crashing into Nick O'Callahan. Shields Healthcare Group brings to you tonight's injury report. Dennis Ramirez, Simon LeCresner out tonight for New England. And then Ramos, Carabali, and Halliday, a trio of Lions out for OCB this evening. Carabali and Halliday did start in their first matchup. Two new players inserted into that back line this evening. The 15-year-old Thomas Williams, one of them, just shy of that 16th birthday. Comes next Saturday. .6'3", 185-pound defender. Is also a guy who will be a target on set pieces like this. Ranged forward on the back line right now. Chipped in. Backside. Rice able to handle it. Orlando in and around the box early on. They haven't kept Rice active with shots, but they've kept him awake with plenty of crosses his way, and it's come off turnovers like this. Again, Tablante intercepts. Quintero to his right. Can't make anything of it. New England sloppy again. Another chance here on a set piece for Orlando as Shimazaki takes down Tablante. The Geico keys to the game this evening for New England. Keep up the pressure offensively. They tried early on, feeding the ball to Malongo. Something they've got to continue to do throughout the night. And then for OCB, it's turning defense into offense. And so far, so good on that one through the quarter-hour mark. They forced a handful of turnovers in the New England half. No shots to show for it yet. But again, a few crosses in on Rice and a chance here now on this set piece. Tablante feints, whipped in swinger, but dealt with at the back. Rosales, the delivery not quite up to snuff. Wilfredo Rivera, long ball. Rodas able to get on the header. Flicked forward. But a foul is called. Monticelli crashed into Shimazaki. As Shimazaki is tended to by the athletic trainer for New England. If you're just joining us through the quarter-hour mark, 3 shots, none on goal for New England. No shots yet for OCB, but they have looked dangerous going forward. Shimazaki is the replacement right back for Simon LeCresner. Arnie Constantine is going to send him off for a moment. Looks like in the end the whistle was not for a foul against Monticelli. It was just to stop play because of a head injury. As Constantine just drops the ball for Rice, who will launch all the way back and give the ball to OCB. They start up from the back again. Avisa to O'Callahan. Malongo takes away. Chance for New England as Anking draws the foul. Julian Kennedy coming back from his striker position, the guilty party on the foul against Anking. All the way out wide, Rivera. A couple of men in the box for New England. If Rivera can get a service in. Does whip one in, cleared by Williams. Spalding now. He gets in a service towards Sinclair. Can't get ahead to it. Malongo to clean it up on the backside. Chips it in. Headed away. Shimazaki looking for Malongo. Takes himself instead. But he can't turn the corner on Monticelli. Another look on the NL replay as Spalding set up a dangerous situation here. Malongo unable to convert on the chip in as it's headed away from O'Callahan. Avisa just barely got that one over the foot of Malongo. OCB has looked a bit dicey at the back off goal kicks tonight, playing short under pressure against New England. That was the first time they looked to go long, and it was almost right to Malongo. New England gains possession anyway. Up to Firmino. A chance here in the box. Has players with him. Orlando Sinclair back to goal. Taken down by Williams. No call. And OCB able to clear. Haven't called Colin Verfurth's name much tonight. Just one Header away. He's at the back showing for Shimazaki, and will now look to start the attack. Maciel finds the feet of Sinclair, pulling back a bit further from his striker position. Shimazaki and Anking play back and forth. Chip in, back post, just out of the reach. As Firmino gave chase, and Avisa watched it go wide of the post. Right idea from Anking as he looked to find Firmino darting into that back post on the NL replay. Avisa caught off guard by how close that was actually to the post in the end. Gave it a dive, but saw it clear. Again, under pressure off of a goal kick, OCB. As we near the 20-minute mark, Anking takes it away. Their team devoted to playing out of the back, but so far not working off the goal kicks for OCB. They do have possession in the early going, 53% to 47%. That's a stat they want to win every game. Marcelo Nevelet wants opponents to submit to their possession style. Anking taken down hard by Tablante. A couple of times those two have come together now, and Ernie Constantine might want to nip this one in the bud. Calling Tablante over for at least a conversation. And for now, that's all it will be. Anking plays short. Bell's touch leads him astray. Shimazaki in on Tablante once again. Too far for Kennedy. Rice securely out of his box for Verfurth. New England hasn't really taken the time to play out of the back. Always looking forward through Firmino, Malongo, and Sinclair. And they look forward once again. But Verfurth's pass can't get out to Firmino. Taken away, though. Spalding launches forward. Finds Rivera. Marcelo Nevelet getting in the action himself. Nice chip back to his defender. In charge of the academy of OCB. And this year, when there was an opening for this League One head coaching spot, they decided to give him the job. Figured it was the best way to keep the League One team in tune with the academy. As Sinclair ranges forward, takes the shot himself, saved by Avisa. He had Malongo with him open, and Malongo, a bit angry there, was pointing to his feet. He wanted that one, was all alone in the box. Another interception here. Firmino and Anking. It's a 20-year-old academy product, Anking. That plays over to Maciel. Out wide once again for Spalding. Rivera can't handle that one to his chest. Another look on the NL replay on that Sinclair shot. Had Malongo streaking next to him. Avisa comes up with the save. It's been very sloppy at the back for both teams. Turnovers galore have yielded opportunities. Neither team, though, able to convert so far. Still just 4 shots for New England. None yet for OCB. As Clint Pieng looks on. Hydration break a few minutes away. Curious to see what changes will be made by both of these coaches. A lot of feeling out in the early going here. Long ball to Malongo, but the flag is up on him. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportsamerica.com. No one showing for Verfurth, so he'll just lay it off to Bell. Bell doesn't want it either, gives it back to Verfurth, and now he launches forward. Beautiful touch off the chest by Spalding. Rivera looks to play through for Sinclair. Right idea, wrong weight on the pass. Fans follow New England Revolution 2 and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+, home of the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Avisa sends forward. But again, it's New England coming away with it. This time it's Maciel. Acres of space going forward. Finds Rivera. Into the box, past his man. Towards the goal, still loose, and now knocked out for a corner by Nick O'Callahan, who shows off the flexibility down into a split to get rid of that one. Look at the NL replay as O'Callahan did well to come across and stop that one as the last line of defense right before Avisa. It's something we saw against Tormenta, how well this team defended inside the box. What can Anking do on this jet blue corner kick? Last time they went short. This time it's crossed in. Dangerous area. Verfurth towards goal, but wide. Did take a deflection, and Anking will reset for another jet blue corner. Game opening up. Anking, back post. Verfurth can't get to it as Avisa punches, but still danger. Sinclair has it poked away. Rivera and Anking on the left wing. Anking can't get by his man to deliver another cross. Still pressuring. Forces a throw deep in the corner here. Chance for New England to keep this attack alive. Pressure from behind from Rivera on Spalding. Out to Anking. Into Spalding once again. Shimazaki under pressure from Tablante, turns it over. Not on the same page with Maciel. Neverleft looks on. Captain Rodas gets it in. It's right back to New England for a moment, but the touch too heavy. One back by OCB. Shimazaki again, a dicey heavy touch. A big challenge in now. And a very quick trigger on the yellow card by Ernie Constantine on that heavy challenge from Ryo Shimazaki. Shimazaki, heavy touch, tried to win the ball back and came in very hard to Wilfredo Rivera, still on the ground. Rivera, the 16-year-old out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, was the engine that pushed this offense forward last week, has shown himself a couple of times here tonight. He and Tablante have looked dangerous at various times for OCB. As Shimazaki officially goes in the book with tonight's first yellow card. Clint PA was pretty happy with the discipline of his team overall in the first matchup until stoppage time in the second half when they picked up 3 yellow cards. That one, the first of the evening. Rivera up and walking now as he jogs into the group of players just outside the box. Rosales, Tablante stand over it. It's Tablante to deliver. Cleared away by New England. Back into the mixer from Orlando. O'Callahan went down, wanted the call, didn't get it. Now New England able to break. Firmino can't quite get on the end of it. Had a chance for a 2-on-1 with with Malongo. Tablante and another white jersey back pressuring. And now Ernie Constantine will send the teams to the hydration break. Now, we showed you this back in the first matchup of the season for New England. They had this drive-in. They've had it for all the matchups they played in the MLS Is Back tournament. But what we didn't highlight is the fact that all of it was for a good cause. Various charities helped out by the money raised by these events that they, again, held for each of the watch party game watches for the MLS Is Back tournament. A lot of family fun and all for a good cause. As New England went to the knockout stages of the MLS Is Back tournament, gave ample opportunity for them to do some good for the community. Clint PA in the huddle, in the hydration break. He noted in our call this week that games have changed a lot after hydration breaks so far this season. It's like a mini halftime within each half. He said it kind of divides the games up into quarters almost. A chance to reset without having to bark out your instructions and have the other team hear it on the sideline so they know how to adjust themselves. Chance to just kind of covertly get some changes in, adapt to what you see from the other team, and go forward. Back to the action here at Gillette Stadium. Just past the half-hour mark. Out of the hydration break, Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN+. 5 shots for New England in the early stages, none for OCB. Just another quick note on that drive-in watch party for New England. The ticket proceeds specifically supported Special Olympics Massachusetts, United Negro College Fund, and the NAACP Boston chapter. Constantine thought about the whistle, allows play to continue. Shimazaki and Malongo on that right wing. Dangerous so far, Malongo has been tonight. Step over, gets by Monticelli, whips it across, dangerous across 2 heads. Sinclair Firmino just barely missed it at the front post and back post. Rivera saves it on the far sideline, attack still alive for New England. Every time Malongo touches the ball, you get the sense that something dangerous is going to happen. And here he is again. Tries to split 2 defenders this time, but Tablante comes away with it. Avisa launches forward. Tablante falls backwards. Can't quite keep that one in. Another look at that cross from Malongo on the NL replay. Sinclair just missed, as did Firmino. Shimazaki and Malongo again. This time Shimazaki ranges forward. Malongo can't quite get it to him. O'Callahan does well to keep his foot in the way. And now the other way. Tablante plays up to Kennedy. Flag does come up. Looked like the assistant referee on the far side was getting set to pop at any moment. Now Anking usually sends those long balls to Spalding out on that left side. He did hit Spalding, but the advertisement side. Teammate Ryan Spalding nowhere to be found as possession goes back to OCB. Kennedy touches over to Quintero. Maciel again just makes himself big in that defensive midfield for New England. Now he is down for Revs 2. Just in front of it, Clint PA. Back up quickly. Looks all right to continue. New England currently sitting in 7th place in the live standings. Orlando in 10th. If this result holds, would put them just ahead of Fort Lauderdale. Long ball forward to Sinclair. Able to earn another corner kick for New England. Again, these two teams have only played a game each. It's just their second match day in week 4. As Anking ranges out for another jet blue corner kick. Never too early to start looking at the standings in this shortened 16-game sprint to the finish. Anking sends in, back post, headed clear by O'Callahan. Spalding keeps the attack alive, finds Firmino. Working on Rodas. The big Colombian able to poke it out for a throw. He's out again to pressure Sinclair. He's forced to go back. Nice little touch into space for Spalding. Flag stays down. In the box, Ryan Spalding lays off Rivera. The shot saved off the line. A chance the other way for New England. Shimazaki has to be careful. Already in the book once. Pulled the jersey, and there he goes. And that game changes just like that. Orlando saves off the line. Long ball the other way. Shimazaki, tactical foul. Second yellow, and now New England. A chance to go up a goal, now down a man with 8 to go here in the first half. Crazy sequence of events here at Gillette Stadium. We start with the shot that was saved off the line. Rivera. It was saved off the line by OCB. Quickly they go the other way. And then Shimazaki has to be smarter than that. Knows he's in the book. Tactical foul, pulling the jersey of Tablante to stop that counterattack. Ernie Constantine did not hesitate to deliver that second yellow and then red. New England will have to go 52 more total minutes, plus whatever stoppage time we have in the first and second halves, down to 10 men. A lonely walk for Shimazaki off to the sideline. Could this breathe some life into OCB? They've yet to attempt a shot tonight. Now they have the manpower advantage. Already a chance to push forward. Spalding knocks it away for the moment for New England. Rodas sends in the cross, back post. And a foul called against Monticelli Hopping over the back of Mael Malongo. Firth and Rice bide their time at the back, and now the goalkeeper launches forward. Too far forward, back to OCB. If you're New England now, just get this one to halftime with goose eggs on the scoreboard, if not putting one in yourself. And allow Clint P.A. to adjust at halftime, now playing with 10 men. Very tough to adjust on the fly here, especially after the hydration break already happened. So no chance for P.A. to have his men over for a quick chat. And another foul for Constantine to deal with in the middle of the park here. This time he does put Moises Tablante into the book. Gave him a talking to earlier. This time, no understanding from Constantine in the book. Another look at the NL replay as he came in heavy on Anking. The last time those two came together is when Constantine gave Tablante the talking to. And you could get away with that once, but the second time after a little chat with the referee, odds are that card's coming out of the pocket. Avisa looking to spring a quick attack from the back. Anking deflects, keeps it in play for New England. To Rivera as they range forward once again. Into the box on his left foot, shot deflected, out for another corner kick. Shades of last week as this Orlando back line has been stout in the box. Again, it took two shots by Neil Vinyals outside of the box to give Tormenta that 2-0 victory. And already tonight we've seen a couple of flying clearances like that at the back, out for a corner, a save off the line. OCB at it again at the back, and they have to keep it up on this jet blue corner kick, again coming in from Anking. He's been the delivery man all night. Does so once more, and it went out and then back in. Goal kick for OCB. Shots starting to pile up a bit for New England. 7, 2 of them on target. They had 11, just 1 on target in their opener against Omaha, plus the one that hit the post from Mael Malongo. Again, doesn't technically count, but was the best scoring chance of the day for either side. Malongo able to win it here from Tablante, who has to be careful himself, already with a yellow card. We saw Shimazaki careless on the yellow card just a few moments ago, and again, New England down to 10 men. Four white jerseys around Malongo, and he just wins the team another throw. Anking has been all over the field tonight, in the thick of every attack for New England. Happy to have him back from the MLS side now that they're back from their Orlando bubble in the MLS's back tournament, which again saw New England through to the round of 16. And Orlando is actually in the final. They'll take on Portland this week. Tablante in space for OCB. Top of the box, finds Quintero, the shot curling to the back post, but Rice is there to corral it. Williams was able to take it down for OCB. Rodas launches forward once more. Taken down by Kennedy, has Rivera. In an offside position though right now. Kennedy wisely holds on to that one, and back to 11 men on the field there for New England as Constantine helps them out. A chance now for Malongo to go the other way. In space, uses his speed. Monticelli does well to slow him down. And wins it back for OCB. Fans Ends with 4 teams separated by 3 points. Group G takes center stage as the USL Championship returns to ESPN Deportes Saturday. Memphis 901 FC welcomes North Carolina FC, with both sides eyeing the top spot in the group. Memphis 901 FC and North Carolina FC Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. And back to that chance for New England with Malongo on the break. With some minor refereeing in my past experience, that is one of the worst nightmares for a referee when you got involved in play, it hit off of Constantine, and it sprung an attack for New England. In the back of your mind, you are just hoping that they don't turn that into a goal. But all's well that ends well for Constantine. Still scoreless here at Gillette Stadium as we near the 45-minute mark. Five minutes of added time on the board. Plenty of time for a couple more attacks each way. Advantage played here for New England. Spalding with it. Now plays over to Firmino. Here in the United Healthcare stoppage time. Spalding on the wing, in front towards Sinclair, pawned away by Avisa. And out to safety for another corner kick by Monticelli. Spalding has been dangerous coming up on that left wing. Avisa made a bit of a mess of that, not able to really direct the rebound into a safety area. Monticelli, though, had his back. And another jet blue corner kick here for New England. Eight shots now for New England, 2 on target. 1 shot on target for OCB. Ang King, the delivery, back post, headed away by O'Callahan. That one goes out the back door for another throw for New England. Again, playing with 10 men as Ryo Shimazaki was sent off in the 38th minute. OCB hasn't really been able to take advantage of it yet, but Rivera sends a long ball to Kennedy. Physical play along with John Bell. Whistled for the foul. After controlling the game early on, New England has to be careful now with just 10 men on balls like that. On the NL replay up to Julian Kennedy. Marcelo Nevelet views him as a prototypical target number 9 up top. Big 6'2", 170-pound target. They didn't get him involved as much as Nevelet hoped in game 1. Hasn't been involved a ton so far tonight. Halfway through the 5 minutes given in this United Healthcare stoppage time. Couple of injuries, couple of cards, and a long stroll to the sideline for Ryo Shimazaki after he was sent off, contributing to that 5-minute stoppage time. Big number for the first half. Usually you don't see more than 2 or 3 in a first half. Sinclair taken down in the box, play on. Rivera can't settle it. And Monticelli was able to send it out for a throw. Rivera in the corner. It'll be a throw for New England. Rivera taken down. Free kick. It's essentially just going to be a better angled corner kick for New England. Another look at the NL replay as Rivera draws the foul. Ang King, the service. To Sablante the clearance. Sablante looking for Kennedy. Gets it through. A little bit too heavy, though, on the touch. And Rice is able to come off his line. Only one shot on target. That forced one save by Rice, but OCB has kept him plenty active in the first half. He's had to come off his line more than a few times to deal with crosses or through balls like that. And maybe still some more to do. Spalding blocks that cross attempt. And there is the whistle from Ernie Constantine for halftime. First half started pretty slow, sloppy from both sides. New England coming off of a bye week. Orlando and New England just both in their second matchups of the season. But the game found its footing around the 25-minute mark. A few chances for New England. None better than one that was saved off the line. And that turned into a long ball. And Ryo Shimazaki, tactical foul, got him sent off. So as we head into our Gillette halftime show here from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, it's New England down to 10 men in this 0-0 draw. Scoreless. 8 shots for New England, 1 shot for OCB. A half that is heating up with OCB having a manpower advantage as Bruce Arena looks on. Back with the Gillette halftime show in a moment, and then more action here on ESPN+. Joe Malfa back here with you on the Gillette halftime show. Scoreless in the first half, and that's a theme we saw in this last week. A lot of low-scoring affairs in USL League One. Part of that, just tremendous goalkeeping play. A lot of nominees to choose from in this first week. They somehow whittled it down to 3, and from that 3, they picked a winner. Bolaños coming in from the left side. Has men with him. Gets it across. Terzaghi there, saved by Hara. Hara save, 8-time save of the week winner last year in League One. Foot as he's falling, gives it up to Micheletto. Shot, great save by Fitzgerald. Full extension, punches that one up over the goal. 2 here if Tormenta goes. Micheletto in space, all alone in the box. Marco Micheletto, the shot is saved by Avisa.
finish! What a save by Silvestre! Left foot, a curler from the top corner! Oh, what a goal!
It was incredible. First game I went to, it was just clear that, one, the soccer was quality, entertaining, but then the entire event, it was about even more than soccer.
Having this ability to get to know players a little more, you feel a much closer connection.
It's about how we can invest in the community around us.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. George Champus from Northwestern and U.S. Soccer's Chief Medical Officer joins me. Coach, try and describe, as soccer has returned around the country over the past month, the work that you and the doctors at U.S. Soccer and in association with the USL Championship, the work you've put in to make sure everybody remains safe for athletes, staff, referees, and in some cases, fans.
Well, Mike, first, it's great to be with you, and watching the USL getting back on the field is really a special thing. To be perfectly honest with you, it's been a collaboration across, I think, our sport in the United States. I think it's what's been really, while we've seen so many challenges with regards to COVID, one of the really good things is seeing, all of the leagues come together, from USL to CONCACAF to NWSL to MLS to NISA, all of us really banding together as a single sport to find a pathway that is first and foremost healthy, and putting our players and all of the staff, coaches, announcers, referees, a top priority. And then subsequent to that was looking at our youth game, that we as a federation, can we create a very responsible guideline that really resonates across the sport.
Joe Malfa back here with you on the Gillette Halftime Show. A look around the league with some news and notes. In this sprint of a season, Tormenta and Greenville already a quarter of the way done with their seasons. And in this season, the USL unites against racism as clubs and players stand together to support diversity while opposing racism. And your Week 3 Player of the Week, Neil Vignal, scored twice in Tormenta's victory over Orlando City B. A look here at the rest of the team of the week, highlighted by Vignals, who had himself quite the week with those 2 goals. You'll see those later in the Goals of the Week nominees. We'll look now at the power rankings. Greenville, we mentioned, they're on top. 10 points through that quarter mark. And then Chattanooga and South Georgia right on their heels. All 11 teams getting ready to heat up here in USL League One as the schedule rolls on. And this past week, the schedule featured 3 games out of its 4 that were decided by 1 goal, starting with Evan Conway with the inaugural goal for Union Omaha. Got those fans very rowdy out there at Werner Park. Then we go over to CHI Memorial Stadium, a new stadium that opened for Chattanooga, and Greg Hurst got those fans on their feet with his 3rd goal of the season, gave them the 1-0 victory over FC Tucson. And lastly, we round out on a Wednesday night. J.J. Donnelly for Greenville Triumph. Mess in front of a goal here after a save by Pablo Jara, but he finally puts it home with a scissor kick for them to win 1-0 in the first top-of-the-table clash of the season. That matchup between first place Greenville and second place Tormenta. Plenty of great action this past week. Again, a look at those very close games. The only team that was able to win by more than 1 goal was South Georgia Tormenta in their first game of the week against Orlando City B. Look at the standings now. Not everybody on equal footing with the amount of games played. Those 2 up top, Greenville, South Georgia, 4 each. After that, the teams are starting to fill in. We've had some postponements. We've had just scheduled bye weeks for Orlando City B and New England. But we've got a full slate for you this weekend as well. Richmond makes their home debut against Forward Madison. And you could catch all these games, at least parts of it, if you time it right. That one at 6:30, down to South Georgia at 8. Out west to Arlington, Texas at 9, and then out in the desert for FC Tucson at 10:30. Muller. Shot from distance, off the bar and in. Another look at that one on the Islands replay. Up and over Avisa, off the bar and in.
Vanacore Decker. Through ball head. Elma N4 there. He goes down. Second opportunity. It's in. Conway strikes. Union Omaha. First goal in club history. He's on his left boot. Sends it in there. Flicked up. Hurst brings it down. Shoots. It's in the back of the net. The first goal in the history of CHI Memorial Stadium, and it belongs to Chattanooga.
The Gillette halftime show rolls on here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Joe Malfa here with you this evening on ESPN+. Looking at the first half highlights brought to you by Gillette, and for a 0-0 matchup, this game really opened up about halfway through, and there were a lot of opportunities, some craziness with a red card, an action-packed first half. Started off with this chance from Mael Malongo, timed his volley, but just put it over Austin Avisa and the crossbar. He's been dangerous all night for New England after leading the team with 3 shots on goal in their opener against Omaha. Continues his dangerous activity up top tonight. More dangerous chances for New England. This one from Anking just out of the reach of Nicholas Firmino. They continue to pepper that back line of OCB. Orlando Sinclair had Malongo on the near side, opts for the shot instead, forces Avisa to make a save. Another look at that one. Malongo wasn't too happy as he was shrieking free. Sinclair had the shot, took it. Avisa just made the save. Another one by guess who? Malongo, creating a dangerous opportunity for New England. Takes it to the end line. Cross just misses a pair of heads of Rev's 2 teammates going to goal. First, Sinclair. Second, Firmino. And then Ryan Spalding begins this chance. Gets the ball to Rivera. It was safe off the line. Another look at this one as Monticelli saved it off the line for OCB. And this sprung an attack that led to a red card from Shimazaki. Picked up a yellow card about 10 minutes earlier, and then on the counterattack from OCB, a tug from behind, tactical foul, no hesitation from Ernie Constantine's second yellow. This one dealt with easily at the back by Avisa and Monticelli before Malongo can pounce to it. And there you have it. 0-0 at the half. New England 8 shots, 2 on target. They had the possession battle, which is something that OCB will not be happy about. Your first half stats presented here by Geico. For OCB, struggling still to get those shots in. No shots on target the other day against Tormenta, just 1 so far. But the very important stat as we begin this second half, 11 players on the pitch for OCB, 10 for New England after that red card. OCB in the all-whites going from left to right. New England, blue tops, red bottoms from right to left. Firth set to get back into play. Quiet at the back in the center for New England. All of OCB's chances came on counters from the wings. But again, nothing too threatening, and that was the theme of the first matchup for New England. Clint PA felt that they didn't allow any really dangerous chances from the run of play, and so far through 46 minutes, same story tonight. Again, the difference though, they have to deal with the last 45, down a man. Mosseri subs in for Owen Gusky in the first half for OCB. Kennedy in the box, a chance here, and deflected out for a corner. That substitution brought to you by Santander Bank. So different look in the midfield for OCB as they begin this second half. Corner whipped in, headed towards goal. Tablante calls for a handball on his glancing header. Doesn't get the call. Mosseri's first touch. Tries to chip it forward towards Rosales. Sinclair, good hold-up play, gets it to Anking. The homegrown signee takes his space, finds another homegrown signee through to Firmino. Flag is up as that shot goes wide anyway. Take another look back to see if Tablante's pleas for handball were justified on the NL replay. It did hit the arm of Malongo, but his arm was on his side. No unnatural position there. Now that halftime substitution from OCB, it cuts into their substitution total of 5. But again, with the rule change this year, you can still only make those 5 substitutions in 3 slots that you choose to stop the game yourself. Since the game was naturally stopped for halftime, they are not penalized. Anking, though, the other way, in some space, can't get a ball across to Rivera. As Rodas calmly just chips it over the leg of Anking, keeps it himself, and starts something for Orlando. Rivera in space, on the left side, shot is high and wide. From Monticelli pushing up from the back. Rodas beats Anking to that first ball, but it's cleaned up by Maciel. Sinclair and Malongo play on the right side. Through ball to Malongo, flag goes up. He finishes anyway, doesn't count. Every now and then you'll see a referee give a yellow card on that, but it looks like Malongo escapes the ire of Ernie Constantine this time. Two yellows shown thus far to New England. Both to the same player, turned into a red. And again, down to 10 men with Ryo Shimazaki subsiding in this one. Got the start because Simon LeCresner, the original right back to start the season, is injured for New England. And his first start did not even last till halftime. Can OCB make them pay down to 10 men? It's still been largely controlled by New England ever since the red card. Sinclair, dangerous chance here outside the box. Nobody with him for the moment. Sends one in, chested down, and further cleared by Jose Quintero. Verfurth and Tablante battle. And Verfurth is called for the foul. Marcelo Neverleft preaches keeping the possession and building from the back for Orlando. In game 1 against Tormenta, they only had 38 possession. Tonight, that percentage so far just at 44. So opponents have been giving OCB fits, not allowing them to settle into that way they want to play. We'll see what adjustments Neverleft had in store in the halftime break, trying to capitalize on a team down to 10 men. Tablante into the box on his favored left foot to the end line. Dealt with by Bell. Danger not averted yet. Sent in, header by Kennedy towards the far post and wide. Joe Rice was there in case, but saw it wide of the post. Another look on the NL replay. Quintero got it in, headed wide by Kennedy. Best opportunity of the night for OCB. Holding up play. Finds the feet of Firmino in some space. Pressured immediately by Oseri with those fresh legs. Rice not happy with himself as he just boots this one out for a throw. Rosales and Oseri. Can't quite get it to Rivera, but he's able to handle the loose ball. Down the wing once again. For a throw for OCB with Rosales standing on it. Adam Oseri started last week for OCB. Comes off the bench at halftime here. Looking to provide a spark in the middle of the midfield. Nice turn here, puts him into some space, but Firmino does well to poke it away. And Rivera earns the foul. PA this week talked about wanting to press Orlando when they had the opportunities, but continue to build out of the back, as is their main identity as well. Very curious to see how that may or may not shift down a man. So far in the second half, still looking to build from the back, and now pushing forward with Sinclair, who takes an elbow to the neck from Rodas, finds Malongo. Chip, back post, Sinclair there, back in front, Anking, saved by Avisa. Rivera, that shot blocked. Still alive for New England. Curling shot is high and wide. Austin Avisa, save of the week in week 3. Another entry here in week 4. On the NL replay, sent back to Anking from his knees. Avisa able to get a foot to it. And then the shot blocked by O'Callahan on the follow-up from Rivera. New England not looking like a team down a man right now. They have been the aggressor here in the second half. Ball in space, created by being offside. Possession back to New England. New England still looking for their first goal in their inaugural season, a 0-0 draw with Omaha to start things off. So on the bright side for them, haven't conceded either. At least not yet. Rivera wants to change that, looks through to Kennedy, but not the right weight on the pass. Continues to pressure as Firmino dribbles at the back, now taken down by Rivera. New England plays quickly, and Maciel picks up his head, finds Spalding. a pass back into no man's land between O'Callahan and Avisa, but fortunately for OCB, nobody giving press from New England. Williams looking to find feet. The 15-year-old has looked very calm in his performance so far tonight for OCB, making his debut. It's a team that has one 24-year-old, a couple 23-year-olds, and everything else falls somewhere between 15 and 22. Bulk of the team is 20 years old or younger. Marcelo Nevilev chips this one up to Verfurth on the far side, and it's his fingerprints all over this. He's been in charge of the academy for going on 2 years now at OCB. And he wants his team to be raised from the academy upwards, grow with these young guys who he hopes will develop into really solid players in their young 20s, if not sooner. For him, success is having the MLS side come in and offer these guys contracts, but wants to do so while winning games, because winning is what will develop the character of these players as they go forward. Tablante, some dangerous moves, curling shot, back post, saved by Rice. Fingertips to it, pushes it just wide. Tablante, one of those youngsters that Nevilev is very happy to have in the fold. Nearly gave Orlando the lead there, the 19-year-old out of Venezuela. Another look at this one on the NL replay. Some fancy footwork, turn Spalding, and just missed getting that one past Joe Rice. Tablante, 13 appearances, 2 goals for OCB last year in League One. One of only a couple of holdovers from that roster. A totally new makeup to this team. Nevilev gets together with Oscar Pareja at least 3 times a week, he said, as Rivera is down, to talk over the development of these players. Rivera being tended to, has shown himself in a few dangerous areas on the field tonight for New England. Took the shot that was saved off the line by Monticelli back in the first half. That started the chain of events that led to the New England red card. Again, playing with 10 men here as we approach the hour mark. Damian Rivera out of Cranston, Rhode Island. 17-year-old for New England. 7th Academy product to sign his homegrown deal. It came back in November of 19, and that was a heck of a month for the kid. Also got called into a U.S. national camp for the first time, the U17 squad, in that same month. The franchise's 2nd youngest homegrown player, behind Fagundes, who was 15 when he signed his deal, now onto big things with the New England MLS side. Rivera signed his deal at 16. And is currently the youngest member on the roster for the MLS side. Again, was with the team in the Orlando bubble. Joined the League One side now to get some minutes once the team returned. Still being looked at on the sideline as we return to the action here. OCB set to whip in a corner. Rosales, Tablante, both stand over this one. Another thing that Nevilev puts a big emphasis on is set plays off the training ground that they try to matriculate into the games, whether it's free kicks or corners. You'll see a lot of guys standing over the ball anytime they have a chance at a set piece. No difference here. 2 guys stand over it. Now Rosales waves Tablante off. Big crowd around Joe Rice. No room for the keeper to move. Sent in towards that crowd. Front post headed away. Out for another corner by Maciel. Whistle here from Ernie Constantine. Stops play temporarily. I believe the stoppage is just to wave Rivera back onto the field of play. It is. Good to see him back upright, ready to continue. He and Anking have been dangerous in their League One debuts this evening. Rosales again from the corner. Loose ball in front after Rice got a hand to it. And now a handball called on Rodas as Spalding chips away. Connor Presley has entered this game for New England. He enters for Isaac Enking, just as I was making mention of how well Enking is playing tonight. On this substitution brought to you by Santander, he gives way for Connor Presley. A like-for-like substitution for New England. Enking replaced Presley in the starting lineup tonight after Presley got the nod on match day 1. 22-year-old out of Austin, Texas. Looking to get right into the action. First touches of the match. Rodas thinks of one from distance, and Rice has to keep that one out of the goal. On target from Rodas. Rice launches back into play, and Rodas once again in the thick of things. Malongo chips it over Monticelli, powers through, now working on Quintero. But touch too heavy, goes to O'Callahan. Malongo does well to pressure and earn the throw. Deep in the attacking third. Rodas had visions of something spectacular here, but Rice makes the comfortable save in the end. That replay brought to you by NL. Malongo again turns into space. Maciel with him, dispossessed from behind. Oseri snuck up on him and now looks to spring the attack for OCB. Kennedy and Tablante range forward. Kennedy has it knocked out by Bell. Williams takes his space, surveys his options, still room to roam. Finds Rosales on the wing. Oseri wanted it in the middle, but instead, Rosales goes back, and OCB swings around the back. O'Callahan will try to penetrate now. Chipped in space, and Rivera's first touch betrays him. Couldn't take it down in the box. Now Rivera the other way for New England. The two Riveras in this one have been dynamic going forward for their teams. Wilfredo for OCB, Damian for New England. Sinclair dispossessed, tries to get a fistful of jersey on Rodas to stop the attack, but he can't. Rivera in space. Too heavy on that ball over for Tablante. Firmino gets it back in, and Malongo gives chase. All the way back to Avisa. A big reason this game still knotted at 0. The save he made a few minutes ago. On Rivera in the box. Wilfredo Rivera with it now for OCB. Fronted by Spalding, and he shields it out. Draws the foul in the process. 12th foul conceded by OCB. 7 conceded by New England. Physical game. Another look on the NL replay. Spalding did really well to win it. Shielded Rivera. Drew the foul. Textbook for an outside back. Possession still favors New England, 55-45. They also lead in shots, 11-7. You remember that number was 1 at halftime for OCB. They've gotten 6 in this second half. Ranging forward more, and a bit more dangerously as well. Again, up a man. Ryo Shimazaki sent off in the 38th minute for New England. This one all the way back to Avisa. Beautiful touch to Rosales in space. Long ball to that right side, the space that was once occupied by Shimazaki. Tablante chips in, Rivera back post, heads it past Rice. 16-year-old Wilfredo Rivera, his first goal of the season, first career League One goal, and it puts Orlando City B up on top. Another look at the NL replay. It started with Rosales, out to Tablante. First touch a little heavy, but recovered well. Perfect cross to the back post. Rice tried to come out to it, caught in no man's land, left the back post unattended, and Rivera opens his account in 2020. Figuring in stoppage time. A few ticks under a half hour left for New England to get their inaugural goal. They are broken at the back for the first time after shutting out Omaha in their first matchup of the season. OCB last year, 4-20-4. Marcelo Neverleff looking to turn this team around, believes he has the group of guys to do it. They're about 25 minutes away from potentially seeing their first 3 points up on the board if they can see this one over the finish line. They have the goal lead. They still have a man lead. And on that play, that right side exposed. Shimazaki, the right back, was thrown out. Tablante attacked down that right wing and exploited the weakness in this New England defense. Rivera was buzzing the whole evening against Tormenta in their opening match, as was Tablante. Anytime there was a dangerous opportunity for OCB, it was those two. So it should come as no surprise that they combine for their first goal of the season. How will New England respond? Clint P.A. mentioned dealing with adversity and changing with the game, rolling with the punches. They have a set style they want to play, but as the game changes, they too have to adapt. How will they adapt now? In a few minutes, he'll be able to talk to them a bit more personally in the hydration break. Make any last moment changes before we head into the last quarter hour with his team down a goal. If that current 1-0 result holds over these next few minutes, that is. Spalding trying to change that. Sends in a cross towards that back post. Alongo retrieves on the backside. Back into the mixer. Avisa, Sinclair both collide, and it's going to be a corner kick brought to you by JetBlue. Connor Presley will take these now. Ang King took him the whole first half. Presley comes in for Ang King, also handles the corner kick duties. We do have a substitution coming in. Tiago Mendonça will check in as Damian Rivera subsides for New England. So Rivera and Anking started this game in place of Presley and Mendonça. And now we see Mendonça and Presley in for those two guys. The 11 out there now, well, 10 out there now, excuse me, for New England. This one is headed up by Orlando. Taken down by Mendonça. Back out towards Presley. On a run, saves it. Now out for a throw. All the players on the field now started for New England in game one. The lone exception was Shimazaki, but he is no longer in this one after the red card. So the current lineup was the starting lineup, -1 for New England. Again, that was the goalless draw a couple of weeks ago against Omaha. And Omaha went on to get their first USL League One victory last week against reigning champions North Texas. New England hoping for that same result tonight, but down 1-0. Tablante had a chance to spring the attack there to double their lead, but a heavy first touch finds its way back to Rice. Presley checks back for that one. Rivera deflects it out for a throw. The 16-year-old Venezuelan. Sinclair can't hold it up. Gives possession back to OCB. Ever since the red card, New England still maintained total control of this game. Chances in their favor, possession in their favor. But the wind has been taken out of their sails after that Orlando goal. It's been Orlando now on the prowl. This is the first lengthened stretch of play in 2 weeks that Nevelef's OCB side is accomplishing what he wants to set out to do, and let's have the other team submit to the way OCB wants to play. They have controlled the last 10 to 15 minutes of this one. On the front foot, keeping New England on their toes at the back. Turnovers in the attacking third. Beautiful cross from Tablante to Rivera at the back post for the goal. All things turning up OCB right now. Still plenty of time for New England to change it. They have 3 subs at their disposal, and Clint PA will be able to address them in a few moments coming up at the hydration break. Callahan picks his head up, looks for a long ball. Spalding and Rice just handle that one at the back. Maciel back again to Rice. New England went forward with ease when they wanted to in the first half, but here in the second half, totally different look from this OCB squad. Have to wonder if maybe having just 10 men is starting to impact this New England side. Legs get heavier. It's going to be up to PA to change the tide of this one with the 3 subs he still has at his disposal. Connor Presley, Thiago Mendonça came in. Isaac Anking, Damian Rivera checked out. Rosales into the goal scorer, Rivera. Every time an opponent has had the ball, Rivera has been right there to knock it out for a throw and prevent them from going forward, break up the rhythm. He's done it offensively with the goal and defensively in the attacking third as well by not allowing New England to play out. He forced that throw, now it yields this chance from Tablante. That goes wide. Our key to the game for OCB was turning defense into offense, and they are doing that here in the second half. Rivera and Tablante again combining for chances. Rivera kept that ball in the attacking third. Turnover, Tablante had the opportunity. And now that'll take us into our second half hydration break. A lot for Clint PA and company to talk over with his team down 1-0. And here is how it happened. Moises Tablante and Wilfredo Rivera connecting on the goal. It started at the back with Rosales. Left wing Tablante. First touch was heavy. Looked like he was going to waste the opportunity, but he recovered well. Perfect pass. Back post Rivera. Rice came off his line as if he might have wanted to catch the cross. Left the back post open. Rivera, an easy header, just target practice back there. And the 16-year-old able to open the scoring in the game for OCB on the season and for him in his young career. Now beyond tonight, a look at the schedule upcoming for New England 2. Doesn't get any easier. They have to travel to the reigning champions, North Texas Soccer Club, next weekend, followed by another couple games at home, Richmond and Greenville. Quick little road trip again to Chattanooga before coming home to face Forward Madison. On the flip side for OCB, the Florida rivalry against Fort Lauderdale CF. First installment in that. Home against FC Tucson, and that will be their home opener against Fort Lauderdale. Couple of games at home. One more trip out to the Midwest against Madison, and then coming home for another two against South Georgia Tormenta and North Texas. Both of those teams sit in the top 5 right now. Upcoming tough slate for both sides. All that matters right now for both teams is the game at hand. And right now it's a 1-0 lead for OCB. A couple of substitutions came in during the hydration break. Get those to you in a moment as Joe Rice gets set to start things back off. One of the substitutions in for New England there. Block gets the throw in. As Clint PA hopes to spark a change here down the stretch. Monticelli ranging forward from his defensive position. Quarter of an hour, once you factor in stoppage time remaining here for New England. They took a point from their opener against Omaha. If this stands, none tonight. Oscar Block comes in for Ryan Spalding as this one is launched forward. Firmino does a good job on the back heel to keep that one alive in the corner. Earns the throw for New England. Trevor Burns, another one of the subs, in for Maciel. He came in as a substitute in that opener as well. And the last, Manny Silva, in for Orlando Sinclair up top. All those substitutions brought to you by Santander Bank, proud partner of the New England Revolution. Presley on the near side. Takes a shot, but looked like it took a slight touch off the boot of Rosales. Trickles in very slowly to Avisa, who bides his time. Milks a few more seconds off the clock. 10 to go in regulation here at Gillette Stadium. There's also one substitution for Orlando during that break. The goal scorer, Wilfredo Rivera, off. Kenji Tanaka in. All substitutions this evening brought to you by Santander Bank. Another incoming for OCB. Alexander Gluvacevich. Will make his mark on this game. He subbed in against Tormenta last week. Marcelo Nevelev, as you see on the side there, also signaling a formation change to a 4-3-3 as Monticelli subsides. Gluvacevich is a midfielder, and it looks like he's checking into the midfield. Curious to see who might slide back now for OCB. My guess would be Jonathan Rosales. Block. A possession away. Chance for Orlando. Through the front lines. The pass back, not there. Aguilera, also inserted to this game recently for OCB, gets his first touch. As the team goes all the way back now to Avisa. Aguilera came into this one for Julian Kennedy. OCB's lone striker to start the evening off, brought to you by Santander Bank. Kennedy had a good opportunity earlier in this one. Header from just outside the 6-yard box went wide. But Rivera, who is also now subbed off, converted his opportunity, heading it past Joe Rice. Under pressure now from Tanaka. Oseri, harassing block at the back. Nearly very dangerous at the back. Now it is very dangerous at the back. Ozeri the interception. Gluvacevich into the box. Tablante's shot skies it. Got Rice to go down to a knee to commit to that one on the NL replay. Looked to beat him upstairs then on the touch from Gluvacevich, but sent it over the bar. This OCB side has looked totally different after the hour mark. In total control of this one now. After the first hour was dominated by New England. In the shot total and possession total, everything was going New England's way. You wonder if being down the 10 men just finally caught up to Clint PA and this Revs 2 side. The goal for Orlando came down that side. It was Tablante in space down the left wing against the right back that would have been occupied by Shimazaki, delivering a perfect cross to the back post that Rivera was able to head home. I mentioned Orlando's struggles last year, 4-20-4. Chance to get in the win column now, and the flag is up on Tablante. They won in match week 27 against Greenville last year. But before that, you had to go all the way back to match week 11 when they beat Madison. A 15-game winless streak, 14 losses and a tie for OCB in that span. Nevertheless, doesn't want to look back to that year. It's a new group, new attitude, a lot of young, hungry players. He's been around a lot of teams, Nevertheless, in his coaching career. You don't know if this is just coach speak or if he means it, but he said in our call this week that he has never been around a group of young players hungrier to earn contracts with the pro side. And he has to be happy as he watches here his team a few minutes away from getting into the win column. Tanaka down the right wing. On his left foot, inside, Ozeri, ball still loose. Mendonça taken down. Tackled by Aguilera. The New England Patriots also do play here. Bill Belichick might want to give that one a look. Good form from Aguilera on that tackle in the box. Another look at it on the NL replay. Just got on the back of Mendonça, brought him down. Foul now on Rodas. Bumped Mendonça. New England wants to play quick, and that's going to go to their own detriment. Mendonça thought Constantine was going to stop play, and now he's shown a yellow card by Constantine for another foul. Mendonça was annoyed that he had an OCB opponent standing over his free kick, so he just played it off of him, thinking that Constantine was going to blow it down and allow them to set up. He let play go on. Mendonça took out his anger with a foul of his own, and he goes in the book. Brings down Tanaka from behind on the NL replay. Constantine very quick to jump on that one. Fourth overall yellow card issued on the evening. One to Moises Tablante, now one to Diego Mendonça. The first two, both to Ryo Shimazaki. That has left New England down to 10 men since the 38th minute. As we approach the 90th. Aguilera looks long. Finds Tanaka in space. OCB dangerous in the last few minutes. That one cleared away for now by New England. OCB's been looking for that second goal to put this one away, but they're leaving New England alive. Presley goes forward, finds Burns, but doesn't amount to anything. Block and Tanaka battled for that one. Block won it, but nobody there to get the second ball for New England. Aguilera scoops it up for OCB. Nenny Silva intercepted that pass, laid off to Burns. Into some space now, going the other way, Firmino. Malongo with Firmino. Malongo haven't called his name in a while. It's with Presley now. Spent last year in USL Championship, sends this one in. Malongo collides with Avisa. Looked like Malongo got the worst of it too. He is called for the foul for clattering into the OCB keeper. Helped up by Rodas. On the NL replay, Presley did a good job sliding into that cross to get it near the goal frame. Malongo went in hard, too strong, and draws the ire of Ernie Constantine as time continues to tick towards 90. Presley has provided a bit of a spark for New England. Anytime that they've really had an attack since he's come in for Isaac Anking, it's come down his left side. 28 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists for Loudoun United in USL Championship last year. Got just a few more moments here as we head into the United Healthcare stoppage time to get on the score sheet or get an assist for his new side here, New England Revolution 2, and salvage a point. 6 minutes of added time. Brought to you by United Healthcare. Tanaka battles with Bell. Callahan forward, flicked on beautifully by Gluvasevich. Tablante sends it across. Tanaka there, and that's it. Kenji Tanaka. Another academy product for OCB. The 18-year-old out of Brazil doubles the lead, and with 5 minutes remaining, OCB is on its way to 3 points here at Gillette Stadium. Both attacks that have led to goals came down that right side. That's where Ryo Shimazaki was before his red card. And now the pass across again from Tablante, this time finding another youngster. First time it was Rivera, this time it's Tanaka. And Tanaka came into this one for Rivera. Both of those guys tonight get on the score sheet. And the future is bright this season for OCB when you've got those guys producing. Tanaka, 18 years old. Rivera, the earlier goal scorer, 16 years old. The academy producing talent for this League One side. And they are moments away from their first victory of 2020. Long ball to Malongo. New England still pushing. Manny Silva battling. Has it poked out for a throw. Presley looked to chest it down and hit the volley, but Williams was there to disrupt. Mendoza, Presley play quickly. Can't thread it through to Burns. Cleared away again by that OCB back line. They gave up 2 against Tormenta on 2 tremendous shots from outside the box, but they've held sturdy tonight. For Firth, fouled here. Folks, with 4 teams separated by 3 points, Group G takes center stage as the USL Championship returns to ESPN Deportes Saturday. Memphis 901 FC welcomes North Carolina FC, with both sides eyeing the top spot in the group. Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. Presley whips in, headed away. Ever since the hour mark, Orlando in total control at the back and going forward. Do they have another one in them? Tablante again, can't get that one through to Tanaka. It was all alone, top of the box. Up to Malongo. Any last opportunities here for New England? Malongo, back post. Flicked on. Volley from Mendonça, volley again from Firmino, and knocked away at the back by Rosales. Only as far as Mendonça, he'll try again. Towards Firmino, over the bar. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent. Following the success of the first Academy Cup events, clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League kicking off spring of 2021. For more information, visit usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media. Kovacevic goes down here at midfield. Presley ranges forward for a couple of final attacks here for New England. Only a minute to go. This free kick will set them up with at least one more chance at getting it into the box. Mendonca's free kick, knocked away, top of the box. Bryce all the way out near midfield. Just a few ticks left in this one before OCB gets those 3 points. Oseri does well to split the defense. Down to Gluvacevic. We're past the 6 minutes given. How long will Constantine let it go? Gluvacevic content with his teammates to just run this one out in the corner. Tablante will go forward now. Maybe one more. Volley over the bar. And that is the final whistle from Ernie Constantine. Orlando City B comes in and gets a big 3 points against New England Revolution 2, who are still searching for their first USL League One goal. Marcelo Nevelef, Clint P.A. come together at midfield. Nevelef side, the victors here at Gillette Stadium. Austin Avisa, a couple of big saves for OCB. The goals coming from Wilfredo Rivera and Kenji Tanaka. The difference tonight, a 2-0 victory for Orlando City B. The final score brought to you by Santander Bank, proud partner of the New England Revolution. Avisa Mendonca share some words. Avisa was an academy product for New England Revolution, so a lot of familiar faces on the other side for him. Couple of big saves in this one for Avisa, coming off Save of the Week honors in USL League One. Made 3 saves tonight. Your Shaw's Supermarket man of the match is Maciel this evening, was subbed out earlier in the second half. Strong showing in defensive midfield for Maciel. A 2-0 victory for OCB. Moises Tablante, the supplier on both of them. Rivera scored the first, Tanaka scored the second, and OCB gets an all-important 3 points. Back in a few moments with full-time highlights and stats here on ESPN+. Joe Malfa back with you here on ESPN Plus. 2-0. OCB the victors this evening. Now we take a look at the save of the match, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Save from Joe Rice of the New England Revolution 2 side. Middle of the second half, Mateo Rodas decided to just pull up and fire this one from about 30 yards out. And Rice calmly ranged over, tapped it to himself for your Michelob Ultra save of the match. As OCB, though, goes on to win this one 2-0. A wry smile from Rice at the end. Knows he just made a nice save. A look at the Gillette highlights. Shimazaki in this one, the 2-0 victory for OCB. Long ball in the first half up to Mael Malongo. Best early opportunity of the match for New England. Sent that one over the bar. They had plenty in the first half. It wasn't until the second half that things dwindled down for them, partly because they were down to 10 men after Ryo Shimazaki was sent off in the 38th minute. They did have some chances early in the second half. Again, Malongo springing the action for New England. Sent this one to a danger area. Sinclair back to Enking. And a great save by Austin Avisa. Again, last week was your Save of the Week winner in USL League One. Might have another entry. And watch this one fizz over the bar from your man of the match, Maciel. Another look at that one. Enking's shot. Laid it off to Rivera. Diving blocked shot by O'Callahan before Maciel put it high and wide. And then the goals begin for OCB. Two of them, both delivered by Moises Tablante. This one, Wilfredo Rivera finishes off at the back post. Another look at this one. Heavy first touch, recovered well. Perfect cross over Joe Rice and Rivera there. Another opportunity here. Tablante takes it into some space. Down to the back post. And Tanaka there. Almost a carbon copy of the first, except the second pass was played in on the ground instead of in the air. Tablante cross from the left side. Finish at the back post. First Rivera, second Tanaka. Both with their first career goals for OCB in League One. Gets them the all-important 3 points this evening. And a look at the Geico stats. New England Revolution 2 outshot OCB, but the shots on target more important. 5 of them for OCB, 3 of them for New England, 2 in the back of the net for OCB, who did not have possession on their side. They want to have possession on their side, but I think Marcelo Nevelet will be much happier with the 3 points this evening and a 2-0 victory. And an updated look at the standings now. That win vaults OCB up to 6th place. Remember, 11 teams this year vying for 2 spots. Just the top 2 will make it to the final. And now OCB has a couple games in hand on the leaders at the top and 3 points in their back pocket as well after tonight's showing. While New England Revolution 2 sitting near the bottom with Fort Lauderdale CF. It started off all New England tonight. Then the red card happened, and in the second half, things shifted OCB's way. They come away with a 2-0 victory at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And for all my crew, Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN Plus this evening. Thank you for tuning in to our production of USL League One action. A loaded weekend coming up on ESPN Plus tomorrow, all day Saturday. Thanks and good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.